What's up, guys? It's Casey Zogelman, aka the Fourth Sanderson Sister, coming at you with a new Hocus Pocus 2 theory video. I'm raising the question that is on everyone's mind because we have zero clue as to whom she is playing. Where does Hannah Waddingham fit into this story? We've got the heroes mentioned in the article way back when the script was first rumored. We obviously have the Sanderson sisters. We have a couple of characters named Sam and Lucas who I don't really know what their point is. They might be the Jay and Ice of this movie. I don't know. We have a possible secret villain in Mayor Trask, or he could just be some dude, bro. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's not a good guy. If you want to know more about that, watch this video by clicking this thing right here. But out of all these people, who the heck is Hannah playing? Well, I've got an idea. Just like the rest of you, we're actually onto something, in my opinion, and I've got an idea that scratches both itches of who she could be portraying, and it's two characters. There is one character missing from that original article that name-dropped the main characters, Becca's stepmother, Luanne. However, we can gather from the knowledge of the flashback to the Sanderson sisters' childhood that we might be seeing their mother, which I really want. Here's where things get interesting. Stick with me. Are you ready? Are you sure?
Yes, get on with it!
Hannah Waddingham is playing Luanne and Mama Sanderson. Mama Sanderson in the flashback, and both of them in present time. Oh yeah, did I just say both of them in present time? Why, yes I did. Because Luanne is going to become possessed by the spirit of Mama Sanderson. Let's look at this thing from the perspective that the sisters will be the only villains in this movie and what we know about the character of Luanne so far. She and Becca have a rocky relationship. That's it. That's all we know. She could be a bad stepmother like Cinderella's, we don't know. She could be a good stepmother that Becca's just like, you're not my real mom, I don't like you. You don't know. We don't know. We just know they don't get along. Now take that detail and hang on to it really tight. Becca's rumored to be a practicing witch, which of course means she's going to bring the Sanderson sisters back. However, because she is a practicing witch, I can see her trying to get along with them before the story really takes off. She might let it slip how she doesn't get along with her stepmother, to which the witches are of course going to take note. The Sanderson sisters will scope Luanne out and see how much resemblance she bears to their own dearly departed mother, and they get the wonderful idea to resurrect her. Because they want to bring their mother back, this girl doesn't like her mother, and she looks just like their mother. They'll use Luanne as the host for Mama Sanderson. They'll act like they're doing Becca a favor, but obviously she'll realize they took Luanne away and she could lose her forever if she doesn't stop the Sanderson sisters. Which of course gives you the whole corny, I realized I really did care about her all along plot point that we've seen in several Disney movies, i.e. Brave. This idea gives us a really horror-based element like the first movie did with the witches sucking the souls out of children, so it provides that scary undertone with Luanne fighting to remain in control of her body, and Becca fighting to bring her back, and the sisters trying to bring Mama back. This would also fall in with the description of the witches wreaking a new kind of havoc on the world. It would provide for intense plot points as well as the comedic undertones that we are so used to and we adore in this movie, because a fight between Mama Sanderson and Luanne would be hilarious as Hannah would be arguing with herself. Now, let's take this same idea and twist the heck out of it from the perspective of if we have a secret villain in Hocus Pocus 2, like I'm really thinking we are. You've got the same rocky relationship between Becca and Luanne, the same loving relationship between Mama Sanderson and her kids, and now we factor in a villain who wants to destroy all of them. For example, a corrupt mayor who's the direct descendant of an evil reverend who manipulated the Sanderson sisters from the beginning, possibly, more than likely, killed their mother, is up for re-election, and got away with it. So, we've got everyone trying to find the spellbook, only to find out it's in the hands of Mayor Trask, who is now using it to cause massive problems in order to win the re-election and stay in power. And he's trying to kill our 6 protagonists. Well, Luanne has been on the trail of Becca all night to help her reverse her spell, but she keeps feeling a mysterious presence following her. And as the action is ramping up between the 6 heroes and one villain, that mysterious force is actually the spirit of Mama Sanderson, who came to aid this struggling mother in her efforts to save her daughter and, of course, her 3 daughters at the same time. The 2 mothers join forces by means of Luanne, allowing Mama Sanderson to commandeer her body and give the heroes the last boost of power they need to defeat the mayor, stop his spells, and redeem the Sanderson sisters. Mama Sanderson then gets to share a heartfelt moment with her daughters before fading back into the spirit realm, leaving Luanne to pass out in Becca's arms, giving them the cheesy Disney reunion we've all seen before. Again, see Brave. This teamwork would again provide for some comedic undertones via conversations between the 2 women in one body and a creepy undertone with possession. Even a threat of loss, as the Sanderson sisters would undoubtedly try to convince Mama Sanderson to stay, since Becca and Luanne don't get along. Now, we're going to look at this from a technical standpoint. This characterization would provide reasoning as to why Luanne hasn't, to public knowledge, been cast. She's obviously been cast because they're done filming, but we don't know who she is, who she's being played by, and you don't want to ruin the surprise with Mama Sanderson's return by billing Hannah WADDINGHAM as the actress for both parts. You know, I'd be less suspicious if they would just put out who Luanne is being played by, and I've been keeping my eye on IMDb and checking it on the regular, and there hasn't been any changes recently. We still don't know who Hannah is playing. There are no clues, nothing. Nada! That name is still missing, but we know the character has to be there somewhere, or they would not have name-dropped her. Ipso facto, Luanne has to be a pretty important character at this point since they've finished filming, like I said.
Coincidence? I think not!
Plus, she could easily be doing the thing that Tony Hale's doing, playing Mama Sanderson in the flashback and then Luanne in the present. 2 characters is already being done by somebody else. Who's to say more than one person isn't going to do it? Whether Mama Sanderson is good or evil depends on how the plot goes, of course, but something's telling me she's not going to be the bad guy. Someone brought up a while back all of the stuff the Sanderson sisters said about their mom in the first movie as evidence that she is and always has been evil. But here's my counter-argument, because my friend, you made extremely good points, and I had to sit on them for a very long time before I could come up with my rebuttal. I think the whole scorpion pie thing was a means to keep living, surviving off of what they could because they were shunned by the village for being magical. Just because it was a survival meal doesn't mean Mama Sanderson couldn't make it delicious and comforting for her kids. My own mother talks about struggle meals she had as a kid that she absolutely loved, her favorite being the government cheese. She talks about that anytime we get on childhood stories. The whole "we are witches, we are evil," what would Mother say if she could see us like this thing is also fairly easy to explain. That's a learned belief because the sisters also thought highly of their powers, and over time, hearing enough villagers call them evil would implant it in their minds that witches were evil, even though that's not how they were raised, because the people proclaiming to be good and righteous mistreated them and most likely killed their mother. they'd see good as evil and evil as good. I mean, that would be a twisted way to look at it, but I mean, it would make sense. I don't know any of this for sure. I'm simply looking at things as hard as I can to figure out how to fill in these holes left by the missing character Luanne and the lack of information about Hannah Waddingham's involvement, which leads me to a most recent interview with her where I think it was on the Today Show. I can't remember. I think it was the Today Show. And they asked her the question of who she's going to be playing in Hocus Pocus 2. And she cleverly dodged it and sent it in another direction by telling a story of her first day on set, how she got to eat lunch with Bette, Sarah, and Kathy, and how she felt like she won a contest because they were all three sitting in their witch outfits. It was really sweet, and I very much enjoyed it, but at the same time I was staring at the computer screen going, lady, I don't need sleep, I need answers. Who are you playing? So, there's that, and then of course, something I stumbled upon because I follow them on Instagram. Hocus Pocus Guide posted about Hannah. And in the comments, a lot of us were talking about how we don't want a fourth Sanderson sister, how we all think she's going to be playing Mama Sanderson, and Hocus Pocus Guide agreed. I'm saying this has some credence because they have clearly been on set. They have been behind the scenes. They have been told what they can and cannot say. And there was one conversation that I'm going to pop up right here. I did blur out names except for Hocus Pocus Guide for privacy reasons. But this conversation really makes me think this theory might be right, that she's playing both of them. Because we got into the conversation, well, not we, I came like a week later. I was rereading this conversation, and it was like, I think it started with, I hope it's not a fourth Sanderson sister. I really don't want that. I hope it's their mom. And then somebody else said the same thing. And Hocus Pocus Guide was like, well, we reported last year that she might be playing Becca's stepmother, Luanne. But we think she possibly could be playing two parts like Tony Hale is. Just saying, the insiders kind of agree with this. And I'm really, really thinking we're gonna be getting Mama Sanderson and Luanne as the same person, and I'd really kind of like to see her play both of them at the same time. I think it would be interesting, and I think it would make sense. Whether it's the sisters being the villains or Trask being the villain, which I really think we're gonna go in this direction. I think this theory might be right, you guys. I don't know. We'll see. So that about wraps it up for this video. What do you guys think? Do you think Hannah Waddingham will be playing Luanne or Mama Sanderson or neither or both? Or, you know, do you think I'm just grasping at straws trying to convince myself that there's not going to be a fourth Sanderson sister because I really don't want to change the name of this channel? You guys are just now starting to know who I am. Please don't make me do that. Let me know in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get us to 1,000 subscribers before Hocus Pocus 2 comes out this fall, tentatively on October 1st. I know there was the whole thing about it coming out on Halloween, which I did cover, and you can watch it by clicking on this thing right here. It's not Halloween Day, guys. It's not the 31st. Halloween is an encompassing term that means the whole Halloween season. So if it's going to drop anytime, I'm going to say first week of October. Really, I think October 1st because it's on a Saturday this year. Everybody will be home. It makes the most sense for it to drop on October 1st. Either way, it would be great to have 1,000 of you here for my full watch along, which I will have up release day, I hope, as long as everything works out. Editing Casey's probably going, don't push it. But that's the hope. And of course, if you are a regular here on my channel, please, as always, share your thoughts in the comments down below and hit that like button. Next week, next Monday, I am doing a Hocus Pocus meme review. And I need your help. Send me memes. Send me all of the Hocus Pocus memes, but try to keep them PG to PG-13. Because there are children who watch this channel, and I would kind of like to keep that viewership. Thank you. My friend Sarah May, who has been on here and very active, has already turned in her memes. Congratulations, you're the first one to turn in the assignment. Gold stars for you. Please, please, please send them to me. You guys can scour the internet for them. You can make them yourselves. You can even meme me if you want to. Or make Hocus Pocus related memes about me. I don't care. Again, just keep them appropriate. PG to PG-13, please. Send them to me via email, which you can find in my About tab on the channel page. Words are hard, guys. So it'll be in the for business inquiries section. So just use that to send me memes. I'm very excited about it. But if I don't have enough memes, we're not going to be able to do a very long meme review. And I really, really want to do several because I think it would be a lot of fun and we'll all just have a good laugh. So yeah, that's about it. Please remember to like and subscribe. It's free, it helps me, and what helps me helps you guys get more great content like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am Casey Zogelman, aka the 4th Sanderson sister, and I will see you guys later.